Never again. But it's happening again. Semite people are being eradicated by European supremacists, this time fueled by a century of Orientalist anti-Muslim prejudice. Did you know Palestinians are Semites? Do you even think of them as you kidnap their knights, erase entire Semitic family trees from cowardly heights? Or do you see them as animals, as the Nazis saw you, caging them in the world's largest ghetto, simply implementing a method that's tried and true? Does Israel's exclusive Jewish laws not remind you of lethal chants of a master race? Do Jewish settler calls, death to Arabs, not give you a bitter racist aftertaste when you test flesh-burning weaponry on non-Jewish bones? Does it mirror back the medical experiments of the Nazis? Is it not the same supremacy, just a different face in a different place? Do the ID numbers on the wrists and ankles of Palestinian workers not remind you of your grandparents' tattoos? History should have taught especially you that when humans are reduced to numbers, it makes it so much easier for the oppressors to commit unspeakable acts of terror. You terrorize children for being born with stones in their hands, yet you are the ones who fashioned their cribs into prisons from their fractured land. Did you know? The birth of Zionism was 1897, decades before the onset of your agony. Did you know that Hitler's Ha'avara Agreement contributed to your Zionist dream? But they've convinced you that the tears that they placed in your eyes justify a Palestinian mother's cries. The real tragedy lies in that Palestine was a safe home for Muslims, Christians, and Jews. But this is what happens when you step into your murderer's shoes. Did you know that Hitler took lessons from America's genocide of the Native Americans? If he were here today, he'd have to stand in line behind fascists and anti-democracies, paying Israel billions for spyware and exported security, God's chosen people expanding the world's tyranny. The irony is that your promised land was never promised by God, but by those who historically watched your death squads. They gave you a safe haven armed to the teeth, a lethal European colony in an Arab sea. Creating the safe haven for your families meant creating a diaspora of 7 million refugees. To achieve your sense of safety, you've become the monsters in children's dreams. Don't you recognize the watchtowers, the barbed wires, mercilessly cutting off food and water? The truth is, Warsaw lives on in Gaza, and those who were the victims are now the occupiers. Can't you see? Never again is not never. It exists in the apathy of an Israeli soldier dancing on borders of a concentration camp, in the shoot to kill orders for worshippers praying on a holy land. Can't you see? They packaged your trauma into bombs and guns, and now you are someone's prison warden, someone's death warrant. You know better than anyone that such injustice is not sustainable, and that the genocides you've committed are not forgivable, and the sea of blood that you have shed will not part for you, but drown you in your crimes, until one day you will be Palestine's never again. Free Palestine.